In this screen you can see different configuration related to property management. First configuration we can see here is different types. Types includes property types, rent types, room types, different utilities and maintenance types. Under property types, we can configure what type of property is it. You can see here property will be either flat, bungalow, shop, land, apartment, etc. Under rent types, we can have monthly rent, quarterly rent, half yearly rent, yearly rent. So, this is a different schedule of rent. According to the rent schedule, we will have rent installments. Under room types, we will have room types under my apartment, flat or bungalow. So, under room type, we will have either drawing room, bedroom, kitchen, full bath shower, half bath shower, etc. Under utilities, what utilities we have under our property, that utility list we can configure here. So, utility will be either gas connection, air condition, electricity. Under maintenance types, we have different maintenance AMC contract under our property. So, maintenance contract will be gas connection maintenance contract, air condition maintenance contract, electricity maintenance contract. So, whatever maintenance contract we have, we can configure here. So, under configuration menu, we will have all the different master data. Once we have all master data configured in the system, we can configure property and tenant details. So, let us check how we can configure different property. Under property, here we configure few properties. Let us check the detail of it. Under property, first we can configure a property name. What is the name of the property? We can upload the photograph of property. Then we have few more configuration here, like if there is a big apartment, under apartment we are rent out or sell out first floor, second floor separately, we can configure a parent property. So, one apartment will be there, it will be parent of first floor, second floor, third floor of that particular property. Then what is the type of property? That is from master data. Here is the master data we configure already. Then whether is full furnished, semi furnished or without furnished. So, these all details are on the header. The address of the property, what is the address of property. Then with this property, what is the parking place we are getting. So, here we configure parking place. Then what amenities are there, how many smoke alarms are there, whether there is a garage available, house alarm is available or not. So, these are the utility configuration here. Under property, we can configure a subcategory of the property, like how many room details are there, that room 1 is drawing room, what is the length in meter, width in meter, what is the height in meter. So, here we configure different rooms and areas of the property, that it has a 2 bedrooms, 1 drawing room, 1 kitchen with the different size. In second tab, we can configure that what is the rent type. If we are rent out this property, we can configure rent type, whether it is a monthly rent, quarterly, again this rent type is configurable. What is the ground rates and the tenancy property details, that once we have a rent out the property, what is the tenancy details. So, we configure what is the tenancy, what is the rent, what is the start date of the contract, what will be the end date of contract, how much deposit we received, and what is the rent we contracted with the tenant. So, here is the detail. Again, if you want to attach the contract of the property, you can attach contract here directly with these tenancy details. Then if we have a different insurance on our property, we can configure different insurance. Insurance will be fire insurance, house insurance, earthquake insurance. So, based on the property insurance detail, we can configure the property insurance details. Now, again property insurance have a insurance policy number, insurance start date, end date, what will be the premium, whether the premium is yearly, monthly, quarterly, etc. So, based on your insurance detail, you can configure different insurance and its related relevant details here. In the third tab, you can see what are the utilities and safety certificate we have for the particular property. Under utilities, we can configure what are the utilities here, what are the safety certificates we already have, and its expiry date. So, we can manage our expiry date and renew the certificate time to time. Under maintenance and repairs, what maintenance contract we have for this particular property, what are the maintenance date, what is the maintenance schedule, what are the cost of the maintenance. So, all these details are here. Under purchase details, what are the purchase schedule, what are the installment schedules, all these details are here. So, either if we are dealing with the purchase and sales of property, it will be under purchase and sales tab. If we rent out the property, it will be under rent and insurance tabs. So, under purchase details, we will have what is the purchase date, what was the purchase price, number of owners. If we have more than one owners or we buy out property in the partnership, we will have more than one number of owners, and here are all the documents. So, these all are the document. Again, we can attach the document here, that this is the property paper, this is the stamp duty, whatever is the mortgage paper is there. So, all relevant documents we can attach here and list out here. On the sales details, once we purchase the property and we sell out, under sales tab we can enter the sales related details. So, under sales related details, we can configure what is the sales date, what was the sales price, how much brokerage we received, and different fees related to sales like sales duty, corporate fees, maintenance advance, parking advance, etc. So, here we can configure different sales related costs and incomes. Here you can see the sales button. So, once the sales related details we will enter here, and when we actually sell out the property, we just click on this button and the stage of this property will be go to sold stage. Whenever we are dealing with sales or we are dealing with rents, when we actually receive the rents, it will be our account income entries. If we sell out, it will be our sales entries. So, whenever we have sales and rent related entries, it will be under general entries. So, this module is integrated with inbuilt accounting system. So, whenever we have a rent installments, we receive the rents, or whenever we sold out the property, we have income entries. This will be under accounting entries. So, we will have accounting integrated with the property management. Under document tab, you can attach n number of documents here. You can give the document name, its expiry date, and attachment of document, that will be your scan copy of the document. So, all other kind of documents related to this property we can attach here. So, this is the form where we can configure the complete property. So, whatever properties we have, for example, we are dealing with the property or real estate, we have a few properties which will be on rent, we have few properties which will be on sale, we either purchase and sell the property, we do the brokerage on the property. So, we can configure n number of property here with all relevant information. The second entity under a real estate business is tenant details. So, we can go to tenant details, we can configure tenant details. Here will be the tenant name, his occupation, his initials, then its tenancy details. So, under the tenancy details, we can configure who is the tenant, what property he is renting or buying, what will be his rent schedule. So, either it will be monthly, half yearly, yearly, like this. What type of scheme is it? So, it is with insurance or without insurance. His contact details. Then we have few checkbox that will work based on the workflow, that once we receive the deposit for the property, we will click deposit received. At the end of the contract, if customer don't want to continue with this property, we will refund his deposit. So, when we refund his deposit, we will active this checkbox. It means we received the deposit, then we have a tenancy information, we received this much of rent, and at the end of contract we return the deposit. How much is the total rent, how much is the total deposit, what is the start date of the contract, what is the end date of the contract, and based on start date, end date and monthly rent we discuss on the above, it will auto generate all the rent schedules here, that every 10th of every month we will receive this much of rent. So, once this rent is paid, in the account voucher customer payment is integrated, again accounting is integrated with this. So, once we actually receive the payment, this payment will be activated and we will have accounting entries in our income account. So, based on this we have a functional field here, that how much rent we already received, what are the deposit they already paid. At the end of contract, when we give the deposit refund, it will be deposit refund. So, when we configure the tenancy details, we will have deposit received. So, when we click this, it will be deposit received, and at the back it will auto generate the income entries for the deposit. When I click create rent schedule, it will auto generate this rent schedule based on the start date, end date and whatever is the rent we discuss with the tenant. So, this is the tenancy form. Based on the tenancy form, it will auto generate these details. So, here we can have a voucher already generated, where we have a debtor deposit account, and whatever deposit we configure on the tenant, it auto generate the voucher here. The another thing is tenancy. Here we can configure all the tenant details. So, under tenant details, again this will be either our leads or our actual tenants. So, for example, someone come and do the inquiry about purchase of property or rent out of the property. So, in this scenario we can just configure the tenant details, what property we already saw them, and what are the property they are already interested, and based on this our marketing team can do the follow up of the tenant and finalize the deal. Under rent schedule, whenever we configure the tenancy details and contract, we auto generate a schedule for the rent. All the rent schedule we can see here. Based on our different property, we can have all the rent schedule here. And if I open the calendar, for example, today is the month going on is March 21st. When I open the calendar of March, I can see that what are the different dates and who is the tenant, how much rent or deposit or brokerage I have to receive from whom. So, based on this we can do the follow up, and based on the follow up we can receive the payment of rent or deposit or maintenance or insurance expiry. Everything can be managed on the calendar view. The other things is reports. Once we have tenancy details, we have tenant configured, we have property, rent account, everything is configured, we can generate different reports. So, under reporting we have various reports which is useful for the real estate business is tenancy contract expiry details. So, when I run the report, I can write down the date, that from 1st March to 31st March, how many tenancy contracts are about to expire. So, it will list out all the tenancy expiry details, that these contracts are about to expire in March, and we can renew the contract. Income and expenditure. So, based on this we can list out all the income entries and expense entries related to property. Then safety certificate expiry details, tenancy by tenant, that who owning the which property. So, this kind of report, for example, one tenant has a multiple property, he rent out bungalow, he rent out flat and shop, 3 different property from us. So, if I select one particular tenant, their start and end date and generate the report, it will give us the list of tenant details like this. Right now the Victor does not have any properties tenancy from 1st of March to 31st. Now, in the tenancy property details, again this is the report where it will list out tenancy wise property. This property means sales and purchase, tenancy means only the rent properties. The third report is a document expiry report. Under this report we can just write down the dates, and based on whatever dates we write here, system will give you the list of documents which are about to expire. Okay, I write down two dates, start and end date, and system will list out list of documents which are about to expire, like insurance, maintenance document, tenancy contract documents. So all the documents which are expiring between two dates will list out in this report. With the real estate modules, we configure and integrated leads and sales management and accounting. So this is the demonstration of property management. After property management, we have lead and opportunity. We can manage all our leads and opportunities, do the follow up and convert this to opportunity and real tenancy contract. With accounting, system will generate sales receipt and customer payment vouchers for the rent and sell properties. So accounting, CRM and property management are fully integrated, developed by Serpent Consulting Services. Under property management, we can manage sales related documents, purchase related documents, all tenancy contract, insurance of contract, expiry of different maintenance contract, legal documents of the property, and generate different reports useful for real estate business. After this property management module, in the next session we are going to present restaurant management module configured over Odoo for managing restaurants and coffee shop. This will be again developed by Serpent Consulting Services. Thank you for watching the video of property management module.